Texas is your two selections. DBU, who you choosing?
I'm going to go with Ohio State. The real
I mean, look, if you're covering the Saints,
yes.
yeah.
I would not even put Alabama in the discussion
as
DBU, just purely because I don't think Alabama – we've had guys drafted, but most of our guys drafted is not just crushed it in the NFL. I think Ohio State has had the best, most first-round guys consistently on and off. Ohio State, for me, is DBU.
Yeah, well, you know what? When you look at the talent, you look at the numbers, it's probably right.
I mean, they're up there, but I mean, just look at the Saints roster, right? You got Lattimore, you got Eli Apple, you got Von Bell, a lot of guys there.
I think, personally, Ohio State, Malcolm Jenkins, another guy who came out. They've just stockpiled tons and tons of talent, first-round pick after first-round pick. I got to give them credit. LSU, I really love it. They got a strong top 3 to 4 guys, but Patrick Peterson's getting older. Tyrann Mathieu, he's been what he is. You guys didn't even want to claim him at first when he came out.
Whoa. Not this show, Roman.
Yes,
I've consistently said I was on that team in 2011 with him. That is the best football player I ever shared a locker room with. And I was on Pat P's teams, too.
I agree. I think he's a straight baller, playmaker, can do it all. You didn't know exactly what he was, but I just know everybody got angry with him and he got in trouble in battle. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, hey, look, that's fair. That's fair, but not this show.
Roman, you chill out.
I'm talking to Roman Harper, Saints. 100th season of the NFL opens tonight, which is just awesome, man. Saints open up Monday night with the Texans. You're talking about Ohio State guys. Mike Thomas, he's in the body issue. He got the new big contract. He's coming off of an unbelievable season. You're a defensive back. What separates Mike Thomas? What makes him so special? How's he been able to have so much success here early on?
Number one, Mike puts in the work day in and day out. You look at him, the way he runs his routes, it's so physical. He's violent at the point of attack. He goes up and catches the ball at the highest point all the time. And, he works at it. He works at getting open. He's not just a guy that's going to run a regular inside release, inside breaking route. He doesn't do those things. He's going to be physical with the defensive back. And at the point of attack, there's no better receiver in the league right now who goes and attacks the ball better than Michael Thomas. And he has something inner anger inside of him that he plays with, where he has a chip on his shoulder, and he's angry all the time. I've seen this guy at practice be angry with practice player guys, and the practice player guy hadn't even done anything with him. He's like, hey,
dude, chill out.
Trying to get me. I'm just working. Whoa, why are you so angry? And that's just Mike. It's what gets him to where he is now, and you see it. It kind of takes him to hit that switch to where he wants to practice hard. He wants to go hard all the time, and he allows Drew to give him a great target, and Drew Brees also helps too. Let's give Drew a little credit with timing and accuracy. But Michael Thomas is, if not one of the top 3 or 4 receivers in the league for a reason.
El Rio Grande Mexican Restaurant bringing you this conversation weekly with Roman Harper, our guy here every Thursday morning. Check out El Rio online at elriobr.com. They made the 53-man cut last weekend. Anything stand out to you? Were there any surprises?
The sad part was this is a very, very talented. You know what the biggest surprise was trading for Kiko Alonso. That was the biggest surprise for me, just because I felt linebacker was a really tight group. They had some really great leadership in that room, and they had done some different things. But for them, obviously, they weren't satisfied, or they think they need to continue to build up in that position. So for them to go out there and get Kiko Alonso, I thought, for me, that was the biggest shocking surprise. I'm also looking forward to seeing what Sean is going to do with Latavius Murray at running back. I want to see how that dynamic plays out, how many touches he's going to get Alvin Kamara. Is Alvin Kamara's touches going to go up from 18 to around 25, 28 carry touches a game, whether it's run, pass, all combined, or how is he going to use Latavius Murray to spell him? And what, because you really didn't see him do a lot in the preseason. So I'm looking forward to see how this thing is going to kind of play out in front of him.
Yeah, Kamara workload, because the first 4 games last year, he had those increased touches, and it looked like maybe he slowed down. It's something to keep an eye on. You mentioned Kiko Alonso, though. What exactly is his role with this team, do you think, Roman?
Well, I'm very interested because Mario Davis, to me, is their best linebacker at the will linebacker. They moved Alex Anzalone to the Mike. So and they have A.J. Klein at Sam. And Kiko Alonso, they didn't bring him in to play special teams. He's not a special teams guy. So you can't just hit that switch later on in your career. Trust me, I've tried it. It's impossible to do. All right? So,
I mean, that's where all the young hard bodies are hanging out, is on special teams.
You can't do that. So he's either going to have to spell Alex Anzalone at the mic, or they wanted to upgrade the position at the stand with A.J. Klein if they weren't happy there. So, which I thought A.J. Klein played lights out at times when he does get to play. So I have no idea. I'm not working upstairs. I can't answer this, but he's there for competition, and competition brings out the best in everybody. So, then also Alex Anzalone and these guys get beat up, and so he gives you another option. But to me, he's got to be in there to play Mike for Anzalone. He's not going to replace Mario Davis. He's not that same player anymore. Or he's going to have to play the salmon-based defense. I'm looking forward to see how they're going to kind of mix all these guys in and really try and catch Kiko Alonso up in a short week. They'll catch him up on this defense.
We're talking to Roman Harper, Super Bowl champ, Saints legend, as the Saints prepare to open up Monday night against the Texans. What about, brought to you by Real Grande? New Texans faces. Roman, I asked Booger McFarland this yesterday, but they got a lot of guys this week, right? I mean, so they moved Jadeveon Clowney, and they end up getting Laramie Tunsil, Kenny Stills. They had Barkevius Mingo, another outside linebacker, and Jacob Martin, Carlos Hyde, and a cornerback in Keon Cross. And I guess when you do that 6 days before game one, like, how do you get those guys ready for that first game?
I don't think this is a first game project. This is a Bill O'Brien. I need to save my job. And I'm working upstairs, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to do and build the best team and roster I can for right now to help win as many games as I can, so I can keep my job. That's what it looks like to me. Laramie Tunsil, a great left tackle, but you also going to have to pay the man, coming up soon. Kenny Stills, a great number 2 receiver outside of DeAndre Hopkins. That really helps them out, stretch the field, gives them another target, a more consistent target besides the guy at Notre Dame. That's more of just a straight Floyd, who's mostly just a burner and all that other thing. So you put weapons around Deshaun Watson. You try and protect him, and you also get you a nice running back in Carlos Hyde who can run downhill. But does it really answer any of the problems that you really have with Houston, which is, a pass rusher outside of J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt needs to stay healthy, which he did last year, but before that he has not been healthy previously the couple years. And does this really help Deshaun Watson? The ball needs to come out more. It's not really that he's getting hit all the time, but he holds the ball a while. He makes plays with his feet. He's running around doing some different things. So I'm just looking, how are they going to improve this team? Barkevius Mingo, he's been up and down, but it hasn't been the same player since he left LSU. So these really just is for a future plan, and I need to build as many talent and as many players around my team as I can so I can keep my job.
100th year of the NFL kicks off tonight. Both NFC teams at Soldier Field. Chicago, who made it to the playoffs last year, Aaron Rodgers missed the playoffs. They changed coaches up there in Green Bay. Any of these two teams tonight, Green Bay and Chicago, in your mind, a contender this year with the Saints in the NFC?
In all honesty, Chicago more than Green Bay. I want to pick Green Bay just because I don't believe Chicago is going to have the same effect defensively as they did last year. I thought that they won many, many games last year off of great defense and forcing turnovers. I just don't know if you can repeat the same success that this defense had last year, forcing turnovers, scoring touchdowns, Eddie Jackson doing what he does, Roll Tide, and just other players like that. They're gonna have a plan for Khalil Mack, and you're not going to stop Khalil Mack. That's just one of those things. But are they going to be able to have a league high in forcing turnovers this year? That's what allowed Mitch Trubisky and that offense to kind of flourish, and because they played on a lot of short fields. And they didn't have to worry about putting up a large amount of points because that defense was so great last year and forced so many turnovers.
Yeah, and so if you're listening to Roman Harper here, you can see how, he's killing the media game, just like he did in football. Rose, so y'all are
Thank you, guys.
You're going to be on WDSU's game day coverage. Tell people kind of where they can find your work this football season.
So I'll be on WDSU Channel 6 with Fletcher Mackel, Sharif Ishak, and Coach Jim Moore. Playoffs, which is still the funniest story ever because he gets called out about that all the time. He can't believe it. He's 83 years old. He's like, this is really my legacy. All the cup, all I coached. It's the playoffs. This is really my legacy. It's the funniest thing ever.
Welcome to the internet, Coach.
I know. He's just like, if people don't even know his name, they're like, hey, you're that coach that the playoffs. Like,
you're the diddly plute. You're the diddly plute.
By the way, little note here. Moore looks incredible for 83. I mean, would have never guessed.
Absolutely incredible. He's just as sharp as ever, too. He loves ball. Being around him is just infectious. And I would have loved to play for a coach like him. And he's told me he probably would have loved to coach a player like me. So Jim's awesome. And, so we'll be working all primetime games Monday night, Thursday night, and any other thing. Luckily, all of them will be at home this year. So I'll be in the Dome. We'll also have our Super Bowl reunion this year. Nice. That'll be awesome, the 10-year anniversary. So everybody stay tuned. It's going to be great.
Hell yeah, man. Roman Harper every Thursday morning right here on Off the Bench, presented to you by El Rio Grande.